How y'all doing? Thank you for sharing your time with me again. Still Moot Green and the boys. Not very far into it, but still going. I did want to take this time to use some of my personal experiences to talk about, I guess, the adverse effects of going down this path that I'm talking about with acting techniques and whatnot. And I think, has a large factor into why I'm where I'm at right now. And it's because of my ability to see past things, to see more than what most people see. And that's why most people aren't bothered by things because they don't really see what's going on. They don't pay that much attention to it. They just see the surface level stuff because most people are surface level. But I'm not. It's like I see the more that's going down. Case in point with this job that I had that I just lost, and it's my overthinking it. And it's not, I mean, it's a double edged sword. It's good and bad. But the point being, I'm starting to realize little by little how everything went down. One of the major factors that I lost my job was due to people who were my friend, but not all the way. You know, they were acquaintances better. Because as I'm talking to people a little more and more here and there, I'm hearing the same thing about how people started seeing a put on smile from me towards the end because I was coming apart and I was faking a smile to make things work. But it's like while I was working at this job, virtually no one came up to me about it. And the few that did wanted to like sit down and have a discussion on it while I was on the clock. And I'm like, I'm working, bro. Nobody ever came up to me and said, hey, Greed, let's go out and have a beer after work and maybe talk and see what's going on. You know, is there anything I can do? Or chat about it. Nobody was interested in that. They were only interested in talking to me while they were there during work hours. And it's like, I can't do that, man. It's just my job. I have to work. And not only that was a negative thing they did, but they did the worst thing is they all started talking to my boss, about it. And he's apparently, I didn't realize it at the time, but I realize it now, he was the absolute worst person in the world you could have told because he has absolutely no empathy. He didn't care about me. He didn't matter. I didn't matter. So he never once, not in the most remote bit, treated this incident as something like, hey, I got to help my buddy out. We talked about it like 2 or 3 times, but when we did, it was like in a counseling session for, an officer talking to an enlisted man. It wasn't, 2 friends communing, talking, sharing. And I did share. I did tell him things. And he evidently, he, in the end, used those things I told him against me as a weapon. So the people who were my friends, acquaintances at this job that I had, who wanted to help me, but not so much to themselves by going to someone else, ended up telling the worst possible person. I mean, they told the person who was literally abusing me for 6 months. Because it all, like I said, it all came down to that point where we were at the gala. And that was like in the fall of 23, like 8 months ago, almost, probably 8 months ago or something like that. But it's like ever since then, it was just his only answer to fixing me was stabbing me and hitting me. It's like, what the hell, man? And I didn't see myself landing in this situation. But again, not only did I survive that in a sense through these techniques, but these techniques also gave me the mindset where, like, even when we were in the last day I saw this guy and he was dressing me down and berating me and telling me basically how worthless I was still able in real time to see what he was doing to me because of these techniques, because they opened up my mind in such a way. But that's the double-edged sword. It's, you see through people. So it's hard to make close connections after a while. The further you go down this path, it's a lonely path because most people don't want to do it. It's work. It's hard work because you are developing yourself. And most people don't want to. They just want to be happy, live their life, and pretend like everything's going to be bliss. This is a path of work. But I think it's worth it, because if you come out on the other side, you are a much more complete human being than the average bear. So I think it's something worthwhile. But like I said, it's a hard road. Just know that. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. You take care. Be well.